everyone is going to want to hear. Everyone is going to want to hear about the dog. Enough about houses. Enough about buying land
Ooh,
to
puppos.
farm. Enough about that. Taylor's here. I have something to say in the pre-show. Again, welcome everybody to the pre-show. Taylor's here now. We can officially start the live pre-show.
Hey.
But this is the part of the show where we talk about what we're going to do on the show this week. It's all about all the new comics coming out this week. It's an okay sort of lineup. It's okay. It's middle of the road, maybe.
Getting that hype going early here.
Hey, whatever. It's still going to be entertaining. But a couple of weeks ago, the amazing Amanda went and got a dog from our local shelter. You know, we're shelter people. We have 5 animals now, 3 cats and 2 dogs. We've really taken into that small town life. Honestly, for decades, I lived in the suburbs of Nashville and never wanted a dog or anything like that. But we're kind of hillbilly rednecks now out here in Camden, Tennessee. But anyway, the dog's pregnant. The dog's going to have puppies. So that's another fucking thing I got to deal with on top of everything else in my life. Now I'm going to have like 8 more mouths to feed. Although the mom does most of the work, I've heard there.
For the first couple of weeks.
Generally speaking, yeah.
You can tell I have no idea what I'm doing, right?
You might need to feed the mom a bit extra, but I think that
we have been doing that, yes. We were supposed to get the dog spayed and neutered Thursday.
Yeah, you just need to do right by them until they're weaned, and then you can find good homes for them.
Well, exactly. That's the problem, you know, and I mean, we can just give them away without shots, without spayed and neutering them. I mean, what are my responsibilities here?
If you
to
feel
this
like
dog that we adopted, that we saved its life. Now, I got to be Superman.
Maybe if you whined some more, it would make things easier.
I'm hoping that will help me feel better about it, but it's not.
Here up here in Minnesota, we're accepting dogs. We accept dogs into our shelters from all across the country.
Yeah, our shelter specifically said you cannot bring the puppies here. Sorry, you broke it. You bought it or buy it. You broke it. So
we
I thought that was kind of mean, but whatever.
Yeah. Up here, we just basically said, hey, you want to get you want to have your dogs adopted? Just bring them up here. We'll take them.
Well, I'll be seeing you, buddy. I'll be seeing you.
We don't have those crazy ass like, oh, we'll take your dogs and then they randomly disappear shelters. No, these are all humane shelters. They adopt. They're all adopt shelters up here.
Yeah, we got a problem with that around here, man. I mean, there's just so many, dude. You know, and it just sucks. But I mean, you know me. I mean, and you don't have to know me. You know Amanda Taylor at least. You know the dog's gonna be okay. That's why Taylor never worries about me or my kids, because he knows my old lady. Let's do the show. If Gomer is not going to do the right thing, he will be forced to.
A bunch of goddamn nerds.
It's true.
Nerds!
I love that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we are. Don't hype us.
Iron versus Batman. I don't know what that means. Think it's not by the.
Are you asking who we think would win between Iron Man and Batman?
It's Iron Man.
I think Iron Man would probably win.
Well, it's Iron Man.
Yeah. It'd be fun to watch, though. Yeah, I mean, and we're going to argue over which billionaire is going to win. Greetings, geeks.
Gomer, spare us from the fucking eat the rich shit. They're 2 popular characters.
Welcome back. It's another episode of this Geek Comics Hour Geeks Comic Shit Talk Show.
Shit Talk Show.
Gomer, Taylor, and Andy hanging out.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the new books. Any news? Anything happened? Yeah,
since yesterday? No.
Yeah, I know. Since like 24 hours ago, 23 hours ago.
Awesome.
Let's talk about the new books coming out this week. All the new comics. Again, chat, if you see something, say something. That's the tagline for this show. If you see a book and you want us to talk about it, let us know. There's a delay, but we'll come back and holler at it. You know, whatever. Not much from Image this week. Ambassadors is getting traded. I liked Ambassadors. I have decided that I'm a Mark Millar fan. I mean, I don't know how it happened. Yeah. I didn't want it to happen.
He's done a lot of good stuff. I mean,
he has.
I feel like there was a stretch where he was maybe a little oversaturated. Yeah, where, maybe. Like, you know, we were maybe getting like too much Millar in a short amount of time. Kind of like with Bendis, you know, back when he was like just writing fucking everything at Marvel. But I mean, Mark Millar is responsible for some classics. Like the first Civil War, I think holds up reasonably well. It's one of the better
I would
event
argue
books.
it's the second best Marvel event ever. I mean, House of M,
arguably,
maybe,
dude.
but...
Secret Wars is obviously the best.
Oh no, there's not even a debate there. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody who has read that who doesn't agree that it's the
Secret
greatest.
Wars is always the best.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, Old Man Logan, he's responsible for that.
Yeah, he did the whole Logan.
Yeah.
His whole run of Wolverine was fucking.
I mean, it was basically just Unforgiven, but with Wolverine. But hey, it was pretty cool.
Well, Civil War was a bit derivative too. I mean, it just took on the Mutant Registration Act and played off it. What basically pitting the two sides together seems more like gang war style. Man, we could go into that, over and over again. There's not really a preview for this. It's just the cover, but
yeah.
It's Enfield Gang Massacre #1, Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips. This is actually like a sequel to That Texas Blood, but it's set 150 years in the past. So anyone who's ever read That Texas Blood, it is good old Texas barbecue, whodunit, mystery, cop. It's awesome, dude. It was really, really good. The first issue was one of my favorite issues of the year that it came out.
If you like whodunits, this is definitely your cup of tea.
If you didn't know the name of that comic, that cover is of no help, though.
Yeah,
no.
that's the
actual
one
cover.
Okay.
I don't know what that preview is supposed to be.
Yeah, you have the Enfield Gang Massacre one of 6. That's kind of like if you read the original, the Texas with Blood, there's a little like inkling about the Enfield Gang in it.
Oh, cool. I never read the whole series. I only got like 6 issues in because it never lived up to that first issue. But Adam, who used to be a regular on this show,
in the original That Texas Blood, they kind of like offhand mentioned it. Like I don't remember what issue it was in, but they kind of offhand, they kind of mentioned it this offhand in one of the issues for the Enfield Gang.
I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check on that Texas Blood.
There's some. I hope there's some tie-in. That's but I have to.
I'm sure there's gonna be. Oh, dude, they'd be dumb not to do something like that. Gunslinger Spawn because McFarlane and Image. Haunt You to the End. This is the ghost story at the end of the world. Like the apocalypse is looming, but they're doing a ghost hunting investigation. I kind of fell off the first issue. I didn't even realize the second issue had come out. But I might go back and check it. It does look like it has a Steven Sedgwick cover, which I love that guy so much. He does some of the best damn comics.
That's a good cover.
Yeah, that is rad, dude. Yeah, I just love him as a writer and an artist. Stoneheart continues that fantasy adventure. Swan Songs #2. This was a fantastic debut issue from W. Maxwell Prince. This issue has Casper Weingard doing the art. This does what Prince does on all his books. All right. Each issue is basically a standalone issue, but there is a constant theme going through all of them. This is all about ends. The first one was, what was it? It was at the end of it was the end of the world. I remember it vividly now. And this one is the end of a marriage. I'm stoked about this, dude. Casper Weingard did that book called Homesick Pilots. Taylor, if you'll remember, Dave and I used to go back and forth on that book all the time.
I remember.
So yeah, this is gonna be good, dude. I love what Prince has done in the industry, dude.
This is gonna be a pickup issue, definitely.
Yeah. When is he gonna get more work at the big 2? He is perfect for like some of these stranger, like a Constantine, or even how about like Madame Xana doing House of Mystery sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'd be really good.
He'd be good over like that, put him at the House of Ideas.
Well, I mean, if he did something there, I don't know. He could pick up New Mutants and make it, kind of a weird horror sort of leaning into emotion.
I mean, he'd be perfect at DC. Perfect at DC, but
he'd be good at DC for sure. And then we got Untold Tales of I Hate Fairyland #2. This is just like one shots with. It's basically anthology set in that universe.
Yeah, gotta say it is impressive that I Hate Fairyland has gotten big enough that it can support anthologies now.
Yeah, it really is, dude. It's all about Scotty Young. He's just that damn good. He just really is.
Yeah, this is just a good spinoff. First issue wasn't too bad. So
yeah, I had a good time with it. And then Weird Work #2 continues that from Shaky Kane with Jordan Thomas doing it. Shaky Kane's like becoming like a really big thing, even though nobody knows who he really is. That's slowly changing. Okay, yeah, small week from Image, but some okay stuff. Damn Them All #7 continues that run over at Boom. Ghost Lore #4, we're third of the way there on that 12-issue series. House of Slaughter, James Tynion. And then Mech Cadets #1. This is all about this is Greg Pak's book about
Gundams!
basically it's like Voltron.
Yeah.
Basically it's kind of like Voltron.
It is Voltron, yeah.
Yeah. It's cool though. It's getting a Netflix series. It's got, great creative team. Look for a review, spoiler-free review of this later on this week. Did you have a chance to read this yet, Andy? I know you only asked
Yeah, I did. I read it once, yeah.
Okay, so one word review to preview your
besides the Voltron one, I was going to say this.
Okay.
Power Rangers.
Okay. Awesome.
Power Rangers is 2 words though.
Yeah. Oh, it's true. It may be hyphenated in some Power Rangers universe.
It is hyphenated. I hyphenated it.
Yeah. So look for that. That
don't argue with me.
Cool. I think this is actually like a reprint of a book that may have come out already, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, either way, man. Yeah. Either way, it's cool. Good. Starting at DC Comics, we'd be stupid not to mention that they're putting out an absolute edition of Preacher again.
God
just
damn,
masterpiece.
Preacher's such a great comic book.
Just a masterpiece. Garth Ennis.
Last time I was on here, we were talking about the Mount Rushmore of comic books, and we were talking about Watchmen and Sandman. I think this would be definitely Preacher would be up there with the
It's
Mount
a good
Rushmore.
one, dude. It's a good one.
I'm not the biggest fan of Garth Ennis, but this is, I think, definitively his best work.
Yeah, you're not a fan of Cross? Moving on. Sorry, I even mentioned it. Batman Incorporated #11. Notice the silence. Like everyone's trying to get all those pictures out of their head. Batman
Cross.
Incorporated.
I was thinking, sorry, you mentioned Preacher? What? Oh, okay.
Oh, no, Cross. I mentioned Cross. You never read Cross? You can't unsee Cross. There's no I believe.
I think I've repressed a lot of my memories of reading Cross.
It's good for you. I wish I could, but maybe that's what's wrong with me. Garth Ennis ruined me. But Batman Incorporated continues. It's just been okay. Danger Street #8. I know Taylor's been a big fan of this book.
Good book.
Tom King just doing what Tom King be doing.
Yeah. He is. This is like a very good representation of Tom King's body of work, and that he's taken a bunch of fucking garbage characters, a bunch of people that no one gives a shit about, and just like it's all over the place, very scattershot, but it's damn if it's not very intriguing. The way that he's like weaving this shit together is a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's a long history of that at DC Comics. That's how Alan Moore made his stamp on the comic book universe altogether.
That's true. Watchmen itself is
the game doing
just
that.
Like taking a bunch of shovelware charlatan characters and making them into something.
Yeah. So I know you guys are looking forward to that one. I need to catch up for sure. King either hits me right away or I just don't get on the hook at all. So maybe I just need to come back to it. Night Terrors, a whole lot of Night Terrors. We get like 5 variant covers of issue #3 of the main series. And then Flash #2, Green Lantern #2, Robin #2, Shazam #2.
This just seems like a stop road right now.
Yeah, and The Flash. Are there 2 of them? Is there Flash and The Flash? Yes, dude. There's Flash.
And
then
there's one Barry and one Wally or something. I'm not sure what's up.
No, that's got to be a mistake. No, they got the variant covers separated on the stupid website. See, this is cover D and cover E. And then scrolling down, this is cover A, cover B.
It's a mistake.
Diamond, come on, Diamond. No wonder everybody's ditching you, Diamond. You can't even get your website working. Right. Anyways, Zatanna.
Everybody wonders why people hate Diamond.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the least of it.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't even affecting getting the book.
This is just kind of the slogging through. Good work from the rest of the comic books. I know that Taylor loves Nightwing, and I pick up Nightwing, but I love the Flash, and this is just like, oh my god, I have to slog through this.
this has forced me to hit pause on a bunch of books I was reading month to month. You know, like I was reading Superman, I was reading Flash, I was reading Green Lantern, and not reading much of anything from DC right now.
Stuff is, oh my god, the Flash stuff is just so boring.
I don't like any of this Night Terror stuff. It's just not. It hasn't. It just hasn't gripped me.
If anybody's watching this and enjoying it, good for you. But I have.
Yes, please let us know. Let us know. Send us emails. All that's at outrightgeekery.com. Find us. Let us know, because tell us which ones we should be reading. Because I dropped off so quick. It was really intimidating how many tie-ins there were. And I was like, I don't know what to read. I
read Night Terror's Flash #1, and this went, nope, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
This is done. This is, I don't care.
Mad Magazine continues with issue number 33. Most of that is redone work, but hey, it's okay. Spirit World #4, Taylor's favorite of the Dawn of DC stuff that sort of came out of the what was that? The Lazarus Reign.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lazarus World stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely the one I'm enjoying the most. I think it's an inventive setting. I like the our protag's power set. I think it's pretty neat. I like that Constantine's hanging out with them.
Oh,
and
Constantine showed up in this?
Constantine has been part of every issue of this, yes.
Oh man, I must not have remembered the issue 1. I have to go back and read this.
He and the protag are, I don't know, but Constantine and the protag here are like partners in their spiritual escapades here. At least for this story.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and read that. Hopefully these go somewhere. All of them too, including the Vigil, even though I'm not liking that as much. It's still a really fun concept that will work in other books, like if they showed up in another book. Yeah. But I really hope Spirit World, and especially City Boy. City Boy growing on me, man. City Boy is really growing.
I like this last issue. I said before, I mentioned this yesterday, but it was definitely like I really need something to happen in this issue, and they actually had something happen. So I'm still on board for that one.
That's why I'm hoping there's something coming out of this Night Terror stuff, because Constantine is sporadic in the Night Terror stuff right now. But come on, do something.
Yeah, we have to have some end game for Night Terrors. It's got to mean something. Superman annual, very cool. Looks like it's going to be a whole lot of who's who. I mean, Diamond doesn't even put the writers and the artists for the DC books. I mean, it's hard to blame them, but are you going to do that for Marvel now too, and Image soon? You got to give us something, Diamond. Anyway, Joshua Williamson, Mahmoud Asrar, the rest of them. This will be good. This will be cool, right?
Yep. Williamson is the main Superman writer, so it'll probably be congruous with the Superman book that's been coming out. Right.
A lot of cool variants for this. Jock gets a nice variant. A lot of throwback. Of course, they got a lot of variants. So yeah, Wildcats #10, World's Finest Teen Titans #2. This is like a throwback sort of thing. Marvel does this a lot. I don't like it from Marvel.
Yes and no. Like, I'm enjoying this better than like the Magneto book and Gambit book and shit like that they've been doing.
Storm book.
Yeah. But maybe that's just because it's Mark Waid writing it. But yeah, it's definitely like it's set way back in the past. It's like Dick Grayson is still Robin on the Teen Titans and all that. Yeah. But it's got like a kind of retro energy to it, I guess. Like it does a good job capturing like the fun of previous decades of comic books.
Right. All right, cool. Moving on. Amazing Spider-Man #31 is $10 for some reason.
Why?
It's really inexplicable.
There's no reason for this to be $10.
There's a wedding. Okay.
Yeah, Janice Lincoln and Randy Robertson are getting married.
I don't even fucking know who those are.
I mean, I know who Randy.
I guess one of them's Tombstone, but
yeah, it's Tombstone and some chick.
I think Randy Robertson is what's his name's son, like the assistant editor or whatever.
Robbie Robertson, isn't his son Hobie?
I thought his son's name was Randy. Maybe he's got two sons. I don't know who these people are either. I definitely don't know who Janice.
Okay, so Hobie Spider-Punk, like he's an alternate universe version of Hobie Robertson, who I think is it Robin's son, not Robert's son?
Oh yeah, maybe I'm just totally off then. I don't know. I
have no fucking idea who these people are.
Yeah. I know they worth $10. I know it ain't worth $10.
Yeah.
As much as I love Spider-Man, you're sticking a wedding in the middle of the worst Spider-Man saga of all time.
Dude,
And
the
I
worst
could
part
care.
about it,
Spider-Man is my
Go ahead.
favorite character, and it has
Yeah.
been such a damn shame. Like, whenever you have like a character you love, but like you're just not on board with the current run on the character, it's unpleasant.
What
It
did
makes you
Peter
feel
do?
good when
What
that
did
new
Peter
run
do?
comes
I
out.
don't care. Get to the point, damn it.
Yeah. Remember I was saying that when Dan Slott had the book. I was like, man, I wish this run would end so I could read Spider-Man again. Remember that?
I like Dan Slott's run.
I do too, looking back.
This run.
I mean, it lasted
so
forever,
bad.
but still. Yeah, this run has been really
And we
bad. A
still
lot
got
of
the
cool
game more
variants
to
for
look
this
forward
one.
to.
But, I mean, it's really hard. Ooh, that's a really nice one. Negative space variant for
That's cool.
Kamala Khan. But, I mean, the last, 5 Spider-Man issues have been above normal cover price for Spider-Man. For one reason or another. And
we had Death of Kamala, and I'm sure issue 30 was jacked up for some reason. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just not right. Anyway, Avengers number 4. All right, Jed McKay, you got to do it this issue, buddy. Last issue was solid. You introducing everybody. You did it in a really
some fun setup.
Way.
This has to be some payoff though. They're doing the fucking shonen battle anime type of shit here. Where we got our quirky mini boss squad, and they're going to square off in these one-on-one fights with Avengers. And if they pull that off really well, that is exactly the sort of bullshit I love reading. I have an easy mark for this sort of thing.
Yeah, and these villains seem really cool. The way Jed,
they got cool quirks. They got cool gimmicks.
Yeah, so everything is working for me, but he's got to do it soon. It's in 4 issues. You got to get there, dude. You know? Got a lot of great variants.
When you have a timetable, you have to make things, important.
I just don't want to see even more build up to something. First issue, build up. Second issue, okay, build up. Getting the team together. I understand other things are going besides the build up, but eventually, you got to be done building. Howie's introduced the bad guys. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's drive the car. Captain Marvel Dark Tempest continues that miniseries while her main miniseries is just not there yet. I don't know what's going on in that book. I skipped it. One I'm definitely looking forward to. Only a 4-issue miniseries. Only a 4-issue. Children of the Vault. Denise Camp, Luca Maresca. As we learned in X-Men number 25, the act of Orcus changing the Krakoan gates so that the mutants can't go through, yes, did allow for Shadowcat, Kate Pryde, to go through, but Forge was using gate technology to keep the vault closed. The vault is a place where time works differently, so humans have been allowed to evolve over and over and over again to become basically also mutants. But also they want to kill all the mutants. So I love the duality there.
I mean, honestly, I do not understand the distinction sometimes between okay, so these guys have naturally born superpowers, but they're still not mutants.
They're not X gene.
I don't understand the taxonomy.
It comes from the Y gene or the V gene.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's so weird, but I like the concept of the vault.
You can always fall back on their Inhumans, but they're mutants.
Inhumans I'll buy because it's alien meddling or whatever. They're not it's not naturally occurring from Earth species, but some of these things is what is the fucking difference? Why is this person a mutant and this person not? Yeah,
it's so weird. It's they allowed humans to
copyright shit.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's wild. I hope they lean into that. I hope Denise Camp and Luca Maresca, the creative team on here, kind of leans into that weird duality there,
Oh, the Miss Minutes cover.
Is awesome. Miss Minutes variant. We also
get this, starting to get hyped for Loki season 2. I like that one. Also, that's a cool.
I like this one too. I think this is based on an album cover, but I don't know for sure. It's got to be. It's got to be based on album.
Two people who are
duo album ever.
Two guys who are gun guys from the future. I actually don't remember seeing Cable and Bishop team up too much in the past.
No, they don't.
They didn't team up. But if you go ahead, Andy.
They butt heads a lot. They do.
They butt heads a lot. Yeah. If you remember, Bishop was trying to murder Hope.
Yeah, you got to remember.
I do remember that.
Is that Cable and Bishop are from two different alternate futures, where if one of them fucks something up, the other one's gonna unfuck it up. So it's one of those things where they're like,
and fucking X-Men and fucking time travel bullshit that they do.
I love it so much.
It's the most convoluted thing ever. It's like, hey, we're trying to fix something, and the second you fix it, you fuck this thing up. So I have to immediately unfuck it up to fix my thing, but you fuck up my thing. It's the most.
Yeah, it's like what?
I don't understand this, but
Denise Campbell is gonna kill this.
It's the most beautiful relationship ever, I guess.
Yeah.
How dare you do this?
Yeah,
I have
to. Great.
I have no choice.
Daredevil's getting it. Yeah, exactly. Daredevil's getting an epic collection. One we've been looking forward to. It's $5. So Ben Percy and Jeff Shaw. Oh, dude. Ghost Rider and Wolverine Weapons of Vengeance Alpha. This is the bookend one shot that will have another bookend, but it's going to run through the next 2 months, I think, of both Wolverine and Ghost Rider.
I am really hyped for this. Like, dude, Ben Percy's Wolverine alone is like, if it's Ben Percy writing Wolverine, I'll pick it up, regardless of context. He's doing good shit with Ghost Rider too,
Yeah.
Yeah. With that said, I mean, that's what it is. It's a team up between Ghost Rider and Wolverine. With that said,
he's crossing over though with himself. Yeah. Like, he's doing a great job with both characters, and I entirely trust that he'll do a great job mixing them together here.
Unless the story epically fails, this definitely could probably be my number one for this coming up week.
Yeah, it's got all the potential for sure to be my number one as well. But I am a bit concerned because Wolverine coming out of the Hellfire Gala, I don't want them to drop that thread. You know what I mean? I don't want Ben Percy to drop that thread of Wolverine. I don't know. I want to see something. You know what I mean? I want to see something from that. I hope he addresses that at least a little bit. Hey, the X-Men all just died. I'm going to go hang out with Johnny for a little while. You know what I'm saying? I want something.
Well, Wolverine's all about vengeance, though.
Yeah, right. And I say that
that's Wolverine's stick. Wolverine's
exactly.
Like, hey, what did you do? Well, I'm going to come back at you.
Yeah. And I also say that we're like my favorite sort of era of Wolverine. He was in no less than like 10 different books at the same fucking time. He was in like
was right after
3 different X-Men books. He was in 2 different Avengers books. It was even when he died, he had like more books than anybody else. In there.
Well, technically, he was showing up in the background of all their books, which just looks like what they're doing right now with the Gods book.
Yeah, the X-Men movies.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when the X-Men movies hit, they took full advantage of Hugh Jackman giving them, all that success. All right, moving on. Guardians number 5. Kelly and Lanzig again still in the running for best writers anyway of the year. This Guardians book has been one of the most unique Guardians books I've ever read, and I'm pretty sure I've read them all. But yeah, this is nuts, dude. This is like so different and unique, and it just keeps getting more different and unique every issue. So yeah, this is solid, man. It's really good. Yeah. It's really good.
Jackson and Lansing are having themselves a year,
A hell of a year. Hell of a year. All right, moving on to Immortal X-Men. This is all going to be about Xavier coming out of the Hellfire Gala.
The Fall of X.
Yeah, it's his fault. It's his fault. All he had to do was murder every human being on the planet, and everything would have been okay.
The one thing you had to do, Charles. The one thing.
Yeah, you had one job, Charles.
Well, in all seriousness, though, I did not know Professor X could grow facial hair.
Yeah, he shaves. He shaves.
Evidently, yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be cool. Kieran Gillen really knows how to take depressing shit and emote it on the page. So I'm really happy that he's able to write this in Immortal. Yeah, that's really all I got to say about it, man. It's going to be great.
This should be a very solid issue in the Fall of X.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm stoked about it. It also gets another Quiet Council variant. I believe this is the final member of the Quiet Council with Krakoa, which is awesome. Very cool that they included the island in there, because the island is empty now. Krakoa's starving to death, All right, Miles Morales number 9.
That was the whole entire point of the Hellfire Gala. It was like, this is the fall of not only the fall of X-Men, but the fall of mutants, but the fall of Krakoa. This is the fall of everything.
Yeah.
This is it. It's done.
Krakoa should have fought back a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, just saying. Cody
That was
Ziegler,
the point. That was
Federico
the point of it.
Vicentini.
It's done.
All right, moving on.
Yeah. Miles Morales, man, this has been the best Spider-Man book. It's so good. Vicentini's art is just perfect. Ziegler.
Yeah, I really like the way he draws like a more like kind of beefy Hobgoblin here to really juxtapose with like scrawny Miles here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great fight scene, dude. It just opens with this just epic. They're just
that's how we that was the stinger last issue is like Hobgoblin like looming over him like fucking Undertaker style,
Yeah, dude. So Cody Ziegler is leaning into all of the right tropes and shit for this character, just doing it very well, man. Thank goodness we got the Miles Morales book, man. Yeah. I heard a conspiracy theory that Marvel is purposely tanking the main Spider-Man book, so because Miles Morales is way hotter than.
That's incredibly stupid. I mean,
I thought so too. I thought so too. I mean, the facts are there. The facts.
Miles is more like, I guess, driving discussion nowadays. But Spider-Man is consistently their best-selling book. Peter Parker is their flagship character. It would be beyond idiotic for them to sabotage their best-selling book, or what is at least often in the run for their best-selling book.
Yeah, yes. And Tyler's right, because if you look at the most popular superheroes of all time, you have Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Those are the three biggest characters ever.
Those are your big three. Those are your big three. And here's the fact.
Now, movies have helped change that a bit, but it's still inarguable, in my opinion, that you're right.
So, one of my most favorite comic books, and it's only on issue number 2 right now, is the Audrey Petitioning Life of Christopher Chaos.
Right.
And that takes from the old school Spider-Man shit where it's like, I am the smartest person, let me help you. And the world's like, no, fuck you. And that's why it speaks to me because I grew up on Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was the first comic book I ever picked up.
Well, Kirkman stole from Spider-Man for a lot of Invincible. You know what I mean? And he helped lay the groundwork for like Taylor doing John Kent. It's all comes back to those three characters, in my opinion, dude. Like you said, Batman, Superman, Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. And that's all you have to do is you have to have this tragic character who's trying to make the world better, but can't because they're flawed in some elemental way.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's how it is. That's how you make it work.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So we have Spider-Man Annual coming up. All right, we saw this up here. Amazing Spider-Man number 31. Okay, we saw that. So let's go back down. Amazing Spider-Man number 31 and Miles Morales and Red Goblin and Silk and then Spider-Man Annual number 1. Marvel, what are you doing? That's a lot of Spider books in 1 week. That's
after
like
seeing all the Batman books you see in 1 week, that honestly doesn't
you're
even
not
make
wrong.
me mad.
I talked shit on DC for that too. I didn't think Marvel would go in that sort of same direction and lean so heavily into a single character. But again, like we said, he's top 3 characters in the history of comic book characters. So maybe I'm the dummy. Maybe I should go to a marketing class.
But it looks like this is just going to be like they're doing. I was talking about Shonen earlier. It looks like this is going to be like a Shonen tournament arc where they just pit characters against each other.
Well, there's a series of annuals that are all going to have a sort of congruent story. There's going to be the Spider-Man annual kicks off this contest of chaos. And then there's going to be other annuals that continue that story and things like that. It's an Agatha Harkness sort of joint.
Yeah, they really reinvented Agatha for the comics after her role in WandaVision. She was she was a pretty neutral character in the comics, but like they made her into the villain there. So
and she was like neutral.
She was usually pretty helpful to heroes. She'd just show up.
Yeah, she would lean one way or the other.
She was like the magical advice person you would get if you couldn't get Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they're gonna probably start dialing up, especially since Disney's gonna put out the Agatha,
Yeah, Coven of Chaos is coming out, I think, sometime later this year, sometime in the late fall. But yeah, they got to get that hype train rolling. And honestly, it sounded like I was being derisive earlier, and I kind of was. But honestly, I fucking love like shonen tournament arcs. So I'd probably.
I love that.
I do too.
Man.
I want to see Spider-Man fight Wolverine. Sounds cool.
That's what
this is
TMNT
going to be
Street
good
Fighter's
fun.
doing. That book, TMNT Street Fighter's doing that. It's great. It's fantastic. All right, moving on. Star Wars number 37.
Lando versus Lando.
Yeah, Lobot Lost. This is a Dark Droids tie-in. Now, with that said, the way I said it, really, I loved the first issue of Dark Droids. It was awesome. It was so great.
Dark Droids was kind of cool.
Yeah, but what it looks like here is Lobot, the weird. I don't even know how to describe him. Without this dude, we wouldn't have General Grievous.
I don't know.
He's like a mix and match.
Yeah.
He's got
it's
parts
kind of hard to describe him.
people.
Yeah, Gomer's right. It's hard to describe.
Yeah, he's sort of like this. Without this character, we would never got General Grievous in the universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it looks like Lobot gonna go crazy because of his.
Basically, it seems like that the Lobot just kind of picks up like people's personalities and kind of downloads it into their AI and becomes like this uber whatever thing.
Yeah. He's gonna be some kind of Terminator dude on this thing. Yeah,
that's what it seems like.
I'm stoked.
It's hard to explain.
It really is, dude. But it looks great. So Max Rebo is a Star Wars Return of the Jedi one-shot exploring the piano player of the jizz genre.
I cannot imagine that anyone wanted this.
I mean,
I don't think anybody wants this.
Like, have they really run out of every other Star Wars character at this point that they could write a comic book about?
Unless somehow Max Rebo helped Princess Leia sneak into Jabba's.
If he did, I don't care. We don't need to have a book about every fucking person. Not every goddamn character needs a one shot.
I know. So
that's
this
is
so
weird.
weird.
The Blue Elephant helped.
We're gonna get a fucking one shot for Greedo next. What the fuck is this?
So this is like the Jabba's Palace one shots that lead directly into the Return of the Jedi. So basically, what they're doing is they're taking Peter David's novel of stories that were all about everybody hanging out in Jabba's palace and putting on this here. Get well soon, Peter David. He's still in the hospital. He really bad off. But yeah, there you go. We get Ultimate Invasion, reprint, whatever. Yeah. And we get a Werewolf by Night, number 33 facsimile.
Moon Knight, right?
Yeah, Moon Knight. First appearance of Moon Knight. I hate that I have all this useless information in my head. Like, why is that a comic book issue important? It's so weird. So anyway, not a bad week for Marvel, but man, a lot of Spider-Man. But I'm stoked about the X-Men shit.
Too much.
The X-Men shit is going to be so good, so good.
Just pick up Miles, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, just pick up Miles, you'll be fine. I'm not knocking it. It's just a lot, man. It's all pretty good stuff, except the main Spider-Man book. But yeah, even Silk is not bad. I'm just not really a fan of Silk.
I'm considering the annual, and I'll definitely pick up Miles, but well.
Yeah, the annual's kind of an investment because you have to get a bunch of annuals for characters who you possibly don't give a shit about. Like Moon Knight annual might be in there. I don't even remember.
I guess I'll treat it like, is this like a fight I would actually watch on TV, and if it's Spider-Man versus Wolverine, sure, yeah, that sounds fun.
Nice. And that annual Spider-Man should be pretty good. So
yeah. So Barbarella, center cannot hold. Moving on to Dynamite. Not bad, but not as good as the last one with Matabek Musabekov doing the art. Still waiting on you to come on, dude. Still waiting on you to help me make that prediction good. Anyway, Gargoyles Dark Ages continues that Gargoyle spinoff. And then they have a Vampirella versus Dracula Rage #1, which sounds okay. I mean, that's cool. If you're into Vampirella as a character, I mean, going up against Dracula seems pretty basic, so cool. So light week from Dynamite, just some Disney stuff in their normal cheesecake. But moving on to everything else, If you see something, say something, because I looked through this earlier and I barely found anything.
Well,
We do get
I can probably
Barnstormers
help with
number
this.
2.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
go
can
ahead,
probably
Andy.
help with this a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Barnstormers number 2 looks cool. That's
yeah,
Scott
looks pretty
Snyder's
good.
tale of, dual wing airplanes doing
Yep.
stunts and shit back in the day. It's not bad.
And the next one I have on my list is
Yeah, let me look at this just to see who the creative team is on this. Yes, Battle Action number 1 from Rebellion in 2000 AD. It's Garth Ennis doing war comics. All right, it's never a bad thing when Garth Ennis does war comics. He's perfect at it. He has such a passion for it. If you're into war comics, that is a definite pickup for you. But yes, moving on. You said Dwellings. Yeah, this
Dwellings.
book seems odd, dude. I'm not sure about this one.
It's gonna be odd. It's not gonna be
Welcome to
for
Elwich, an
everybody.
oasis of American perfection. Yeah, where the schools overflow with cheery-eyed
It's
children,
gonna be
lovingly
a
adorned
commentary.
home
It's gonna be a
lines.
commentary book.
Okay, yeah,
It's
I'm cool
not
with
gonna
that. I'm
shy
cool
from
with
it.
a social commentary.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
72
commentary book.
page.
Yeah,
for $10, so not bad.
it's gonna be a little expensive for a commentary book, but And then Godzilla Here There Be Dragons from IDW.
Here There Be Dragons.
Here Be Dragons.
Yeah, this is great. First issue was dope. It's pirates and Godzilla. That's really all you need to know. It's dope.
It's giant
It's
kaijus
rad.
fighting.
Just
giant
ignore
kaijus.
the man behind the curtain, of where
Exactly.
Godzilla actually came from. But yeah, dope book.
Then Dark Horse is gonna put out Kira Queen's number 2, number 1.
Oh yes, dude. Yeah, this is David Boer writing this. Big fan of his work. He did that Kanto. He did the Saturday Morning Adventures for the Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, really fun writer. And yeah, this should be cool, dude. This should be fun. I like the first one. Nice.
Yeah, this is very good. Then we got Murder Incorporated, which is also the pickup.
Yeah, which is Bendis. It's Bendis. It's Oeming, Michael Avon Oeming. I love him. He's one of my top 5 favorite artists of all time. He's amazing.
Thank you for filling in for me. And then we got North Valley Grimoire.
Oh, yeah, North Valley. Yes, North Valley Grimoire. This looks cool.
I'm trying to keep up with you, but I'm a little slow right now.
Whichever one, man. Scarlet Couture. Yeah, this looks okay. This is sort of a spy game sort of thing from Titan Comics. They've been doing a lot of this like really beautiful spy queen sort of thing. I love it.
Yeah.
Des Taylor is doing the writing and the art. This goes right in with the Gun Honey sort of stuff that Titan has been doing. There's a second volume of that out. The second issue is actually out this week. And yeah, this is just really hot spy chicks doing spy stuff, and that's dope. It's so rad.
And then I'm a sucker if you're a fan of Shogun Cowboy, that gets getting trade right now.
Yep. Where is it? Yeah, Shaolin Cowboy. That was such a great series, man. That was such a great series.
And then the Madness number 1 from AWA.
The JMS. Yeah, J. Michael Straczynski. Yep. Before he moves away from AWA and goes exclusive to Dark Horse, of all places. Yeah, I think this is going to be his last miniseries outside of that deal. In the Madness, Sarah Ross has been using her powers as a thief, stealing from the rich and keeping it. Until the day she stole from the wrong person, a highly placed official who pressures the government to assassinate her. The plot, aided by so-called good superheroes, sponsored by the government, misses her but wipes out her family. Driven mad by grief and laser-focused on revenge for the murder of her family, Sarah, and a hidden side of her personality, an imaginary friend who may be more real than she believes, goes after these superpowered operatives. That sounds nuts.
That is total AWA stuff right there. That is how they. That is perfect.
Dude. That is just nuts.
I can't wait. And then finally,
that sounds really fun, dude.
And then finally, you have been canceled the penultimate issue of 3 of 4.
Yeah,
that's all. That's
this
on my
isn't really
list
about
for
getting
independent
canceled.
stuff.
Yeah, it's sort of like a tongue-in-cheek thing about canceling people, cancel culture and things like that. It's also making, some commentary there. So, not a bad book at all. I did read the first
ultimate commentary of everything.
Yeah. So a pretty solid week, man. Since you mentioned it, the Madness, I'm really looking forward to that from AWA. I love J. Michael Straczynski, and I love him doing superhero shit, and it seems like that's what he's gonna do here with a really fun twist. Swan songs, and then the X stuff, over at Marvel. That's really all.
Marvel X-Men should be fun, and Wolverine and Ghost Rider. Looking forward to that debut.
Well, that's X-Men stuff, kind of.
Sort of, but I don't care
halfway.
about. I don't care about the X-Men connection. I care about Ben Percy writing 2 characters that he does good work with.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I'm still on the fence for Star Wars 37. I know that I loved the droid thing event first book, but I'm still on the fence. I'm not sure.
Dark droid stuff is kind of, we only had one issue.
It's kind of fun,
one issue so far.
Yeah, it really reminded me like of a Zombies meets Maximum Overdrive sort of thing, man. But maybe it's more Borg meets Maximum Overdrive, because there is like one entity in charge of all of the zombies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like I said, I hope it pans out. But so far, it seems like it's just there.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Great show. Again, kind of a light week, but hey, what are you going to get? Come back next week on Sunday. Go to outrightgeek.com. You'll find a schedule of all the shit we got going on. We do a Sunday and a Monday show. We also have the Comic Book Bullies, Leroy and Eli. Love those guys that did a pop culture podcast. I don't think they had an episode last night. I looked for it today and was not able to find it. So I know Eli was on vacation. Good for him. He earned it. Yeah. Oh, did they do a show?
No, I don't think it did.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I know Eli's been on vacation, so
I think he's in Newark right now.
Yeah, having a great time, dude. I love that area. I don't live there. I used to live up in the Northeast, but I love it. It's awesome. But again, anyway, go to outrightgeekery.com for links to everything we got going on. Come back Sunday. Check us out for the news and review show. Thanks again for hanging out, everybody. Most of all, thanks to these guys for hanging out with this guy.
Good times.
We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Man, you're really getting better.